HighLevel continues to invest in really cool updates, specifically around AI and a new Canva integration that a lot of LOs are really excited about. So let's go ahead and jump right in. You can see our list here, not a huge one, but we definitely got some stuff to cover. The first one that I want to talk about is Conversation AI now has a summary and transcription tool. So you have to enable this if you're using a Conversation AI bot. You've got to turn this on in the actual bot setting. So if I go over here to Conversation AI, I go to my agents list, I edit the bot. You're going to have to go to bot goals. It's kind of buried if you're not used to editing these these features and these configurations, which most people, it's kind of a set it and forget it thing. We don't go in here very often. So you come in here, there's a preference down here at the bottom. You have to turn this on, enable conversation summary. It'll open up some more options here. You can decide how long of inactivity you want to pass before you generate the summary, whether you want to be notified when that summary is generated, etc. Pretty cool for being able to audit your bot's performance rather than having to go back through every conversation one by one. You now can go in down below here and just pull up a summary right here. Really easy. The transcript piece, I actually hadn't even looked at the transcript. Actually, really cool. Really cool. So it shows the workflow that went out, the engagement back here. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So definitely check this tool out. Again, something you have to, like most of these things, it's something that you have to turn on in labs. So if you're inside of a sub account and don't have control over this at the agency level, then you're kind of at the whim of you're kind of that maybe that's not the right word, but you're kind of at the behest of your agency. I think that's the right word, even though I don't know exactly what that means. But you're kind of at their mercy. Okay, so they have to make sure that these are turned on for you. They don't necessarily have to enable them, but they have to be visible for you. So just a reminder, most of the stuff that I cover inside of the weekly breakdown has to be enabled in labs. So if you're at if you have your own agency, this happens at the agency level. If you only have a sub account of somebody else's agency, go and see if you have access to labs and see what features you have access to there. Okay. Speaking of another labs feature, we now have support, multilingual transcription support for HighLevel. And so basically what this is going to do is going to transcribe your conversations regardless of what language they're being spoken in. I do not believe that that it's going to translate these automatically. It's more of just, hey, if you speak, if you're speaking Spanish or you have Spanish speaking LOs on your team, for example, they're going to, the transcription will come across in Spanish. The AI will recognize the language and transcribe it automatically. So it's automatic language detection, mid-call language switching. So if you go back and forth between English and Spanish, it's going to do that really well. So really cool feature. You just got to turn it on in labs. There's nothing you have to do. This happens automatically. So check it out. What languages are supported right now? Languages, let's see here. 10 languages so far: English, Spanish, French, German, Hindi, Russian, Portuguese, Japanese, Italian, and Dutch. So if you want to see another language on there, let us know. We have a little bit of sway with HighLevel in the HighLevel community. We also have ways that you can get involved as well. So let us know. Let us know if there's a language up here that you're missing for your use case. Next update. This is very welcome update for those of you guys that want to use custom objects. Now, I would argue that based on how most LOs use HighLevel, that custom objects is just not necessary. It definitely complicates things. And like I said, I don't think it's that necessary, to be honest with you. So I would definitely be careful when it comes to this. But you have the ability now to import with the same import experience that you have with contacts and opportunities, which I do think is pretty cool. So come in here, select the custom object that you're using, and then it's a field mapping. You upload your list and you map to each field inside that custom object. So definitely, a welcome update for those of you guys that are using custom objects. But again, if you're not using it, this is not by any means a call to action to start using it. All right, next update I have for you guys. I don't know if I'm showing up on screen, by the way. Let me see. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, look, I'm back. I don't know if if I disappeared that whole time or not. It doesn't matter. You guys don't care about seeing my face, and rightfully so. All right, media storage. So Canva integration, this is really powerful. So now when you design stuff in Canva, it'll automatically populate into your HighLevel account for you to use within your marketing. So this is, for use with your social planner, for use with your emails, with your website, anything like that. Anything that you design in Canva will show up. You just have to connect your Canva account first. So it's really straightforward. I did get some reports of some people having issues with this yesterday. Brand new feature just came out yesterday or the day before. So kind of to be expected. But at the same time, give it a shot. If it doesn't work, let us know. We'll see if we can help you out and we'll work through the kinks. But either way, I was able to get connected on the first try. You can sort by alphabetical. You can sort by newest first, which means you're going to be able to see all of the most recent all of the most recent designs you put together. So as you put together designs, they will show up in here ready for you to use. So definitely a welcome update, something that they've talked about for a while, but we're happy to see actually in place at this point. Okay, next update I have for you guys is IVR functionality. You now have the ability, this is a very welcome update for the couple clients that we have that use IVR. You have the ability now to automatically assign contact to the person who answers an IVR call. So this is really, really valuable because before, specifically, we had a client that was running direct mail campaigns and they didn't, and they wanted to be able to automatically assign a contact to them at the point that they picked up an inbound call from somebody that was in their direct mail list. But that wasn't possible before. So now this is possible. This is an example of how you would set this up. So start with an IVR trigger. Check to see if it's assigned to somebody. If it's already assigned to somebody, then you can connect it to the assigned user automatically. So again, this ends up being one phone number that you can use to route to multiple people on your team this way. So connect it to the assigned user if they're already assigned. If they're not assigned, then you can set up a call to ring everybody in your account. And then at the point that it's connected, you can set up a condition right here that says, hey, once the call status is completed, then assign it to user. And then the standard is like this. You have to pick one of the users, but now you can change this to dynamic and you can go in here, go to IVR connect call and select answered by user ID. Boom. You now are assigning to the person who answered the call. So this means you can have a sales line where phone calls come in and you can have a team of LOs that are answering these calls and automatically assign them to the LO that picks up that call. Definitely a big welcome update for those of you guys that are using the HighLevel system. IVR, like this is as easy as IVR can be, by the way. You hear that term IVR, inbound voice routing. It sounds kind of intimidating. It's not. It's pretty straightforward. So definitely check it out. Look at our configuration here and give it a shot on your end. And if you can't figure it out, then jump in the HL4 community. Shameless plug as always, jump into that HL4 community and we'll help you out there. All right, next update. This is very welcome for those of you guys that care about SEO and more importantly, what do they call it? AI optimization, LLM optimization, whatever you want to call it. But schema markup is now something that you can do for funnels and websites. Now, I don't understand a ton about this, to be honest with you. I know that it's something when we launched our site now off of HighLevel, whereas we were using HighLevel websites, it was something that our AI model, Claude, recognized as like a lack of optimization on the part of the HighLevel website. So I think it obviously has an effect on something, but I just don't understand a lot of the technicals behind it. What I would recommend if you've been waiting for this feature is I would recommend that you provide the URL to your, to Claude or whatever, Claude, GPT, whatever your AI assistant is, provide the URL and say, hey, generate me a schema markup, an appropriate schema markup that optimizes for LLM and SEO search. generate a schema markup for me. And then basically what it's going to do is it's going to return a JSON that looks like this. So rather than going through here and having to say, okay, I want to pick this, I want to pick this, I want to pick this, just have AI do it for you and it'll do all of that. And then you're just copy and pasting the schema markup into here. You click validate and save. It'll make sure it's in the right format. Boom, you're done. This will definitely improve your search ranking and more importantly, your AI visibility. So check that out. Again, what I about this, I think this is something that you want on your blogs as well. And from what I can see, it's not available in blogs yet. So just something to be aware of. It is available for funnels and websites. It is not something that is available on individual blog posts quite yet. Speaking of blogs, though, the blog import tool has gotten a lot more user-friendly. They did a massive update to this. If you're not familiar with the blog import tool and you have a WordPress site that you're trying to move over to HighLevel and you have a blog, this is definitely valuable for you. So it's going to be, if it's a WordPress site, it's going to recognize a lot of this stuff automatically. Ours is custom built, custom coded, and so it doesn't recognize a lot of stuff automatically, but it does recognize some of the stuff. And for anything it doesn't recognize, it allows you to use a CSS selector. If you don't know what a CSS selector is, this is probably going to be a little bit more technical than you want to get into. But if you're wanting to import a blog, it really isn't that complicated. So essentially you can grab a Chrome browser extension, and a CSS selector allows you to pick something on your page and it'll tell you what the CSS selector, what do they call it? CSS class is. You copy and paste that directly into here and it'll automatically recognize on all of your sites going forward. So you can do this for featured images. You could do this for your categories, your author, your publish date, all of that stuff it's possible. So yeah, much better, much cleaner experience. Before it was definitely a little, what would the word, janky is the word that I'm looking for. So definitely an improvement there. Again, there we go. My face disappeared again for a little bit, but I'm back. All right. So there's that. Last thing, AI, the AI assistant for workflow building, still nowhere near where it needs to be for me to recommend this. I gave it a shot. I gave it a pretty simple, what I thought was a pretty simple workflow, just, not stupid simple, right? If it's just like a 7-day follow-up campaign and that's all you want to do, then I still think that this can be beneficial for you. But if it requires any bit of logic whatsoever, it really starts pulling shit from left field. I mean, if you look at when a contact is created, wait 30 minutes, after 30 minutes, which I knew might confuse it, but also like this is conversational, like this is the way that I would express this. So after 30 minutes, which I wanted to mean after that 30-minute wait is up, if the contact has not been contacted, send a notification email to all users with the contact's email and phone number, letting them know a new contact hasn't been created in 30 minutes. Or, a new contact hasn't been contacted in 30 minutes. Okay, so I've waited 30 minutes. So I don't know what this is about. There's no time here. So it says wait 30 minutes, but then it just has like this weird tag segment and this weird D&D segment here, okay? And then the next step, wait for contact reply. Again, no time, no 30-minute wait configured here, which we were told a couple weeks ago that wait steps are now like configurable via this AI assistant. Then we have our if-else logic. And again, just pulling tags out of nowhere, okay? And then notify team. I didn't look to see if this worked. Hey, that is the most impressive part that it did regarding this. Notify team. I lied. Okay, notify team. It should have been an internal notification. Instead, it's going to send this to the contact. So again, not ready for the prime time, especially if you don't know what you're doing in here. Can it potentially help you shortcut some stuff? Yes, but it's going to be a shortcut to an absolute dumpster fire if you don't. Sorry, I just hit the microphone. An absolute dumpster fire if you don't know what you're doing in here already. So I would not recommend it if you don't know what you're doing with workflows. Otherwise, check it out, play with it. Let me know if you're having better success with it than I am. But again, I'm going to test this out every couple of weeks. Anytime they say they've pushed updates and let you guys know when I think it's ready. It's definitely not ready yet. That's it, guys. That's it for this week's weekly breakdown. Hopefully, you guys got something about this that made HighLevel more valuable for you. If you did, and even if you didn't, if you have questions about HighLevel, be sure to join the HL4 community. You can get access at joinhl4.com. It's inside the MLO Hub. We would love to see you in there. Love to help answer any questions. All snapshots and all course content is now completely free inside of HL4. So before we had a paywall for some of the more advanced stuff that we had, that's gone. No more paywall. Everything is now completely free. We've got some other goodies in there that you can upgrade to if you want to, but it has nothing to do with the course content or the snapshots or any of the stuff that the HL4 Pro community used to have. So definitely check this out. Check us out at HL4. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you at the top.